Hi, I'm Jeff Huber from Breakthrough Basketball, and in this video, we're breaking down 5 proven tips that will turn your players into lockdown stoppers, no matter their size or athleticism. All coaches know a dominant defense starts on the ball. If your team can keep their player in front of them, it keeps you out of rotation, maintaining your defensive integrity and forcing the offense into low percentage shots. You're going to see the same principles these top coaches use to teach footwork, positioning, and mentality so their players can guard anyone, anytime, anywhere. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, your defense will never be the same. Before we get started, we wanted to let you know you can get instant access to a free printable PDF of 11 defensive drills and a bonus defensive blueprint to help build a dominant defensive identity for your team. Just click the link in the description. Now let's get started.
We want to make sure the guy closing out the shooter is the second jumper. We believe in trying to get a really good contest on every jump shot. We don't want any rhythm threes. In this drill, they're shooting all threes. So if the pass happens to a player, the closeout happens, our players are instructed, if you jump first, that's when fouls happen, that's when blow-bys happen. We don't want you to be the first jumper. We want you to get a good closeout, and when they rise up to the jump shot, you're the second jumper getting a contest, letting that offensive player land, and then we're hitting, locating, and getting. Hit and get.
We're going to work on what's called space and run. This is a really good drill to try to teach your defense that good offensive teams, when they feel pressure and they feel a body on them, they're going to try to draw the foul, whether it's through antics or leaning in or whatever the case may be. So we want to have, as soon as we know there's a body on us, we want to get our hands high, get some space, and try to run ahead of the dribbler. So we call this space and run. Okay, so this one, let's go. There's multiple ways we can do this. The first one, you're going to start up the middle, okay, and now you're going to get contact as you go up the side. And then Brecken, once you feel that contact, and you can ride the contact for maybe a dribble, make it live like a game, and then you got to release space and get ahead, and then just dribble it the rest of the way and just cut them off from getting to the basket, okay? Space and run, space and run. Here we go. Go hard, get some contact, there you go, good. Space and run, good, Breck. Good. Contact, space and run, good. You can have your hands low, but as soon as you get contact, you gotta get them high and run. Good, Drew. Don't put your hands high right away. Get the contact in here like you normally do. Get that contact. Good, there, now hands up. Good. Get some contact. Space and run. Push. Now run, there you go, good. Now listen guys, you gotta do a little better job of making it game-like. Because in the game, here's how it looks in a game. Let me be the defender for a second. If Brecken's going, in a game, I see this a lot. You guys get here, you always do this, and now the guy is leaning on you. And you keep going like this, trying to push him up the side. This is when you gotta space, run, and go cut him off. There is a good chance, if that happens, there's a good chance you might not be able to get back in front of the guy. You might have to just keep him on the side till he gets all the way to the other end, okay? You just gotta work the best that you can, but make it game-like. Get a good contact there. Here we go. There you go, good. Now run, there, perfect. Hands up when you feel that contact. Good, run, Ty, good. That's better. Good. Good, Cole. Ride him a little bit, Hayden. There you go, now run. Yeah, boy. Good job. Good. There, now run, space and run, good. Now in that drill, we'd also bring that drill back to the middle. You can use different angles or whatever you want to do. We obviously, as the defensive team, do not want that contact, but it's going to happen in a game when you're playing hard, and you got to learn to get to a point where you're not getting called for a foul on that.
These tips come from some of our best defensive products. The outer third defense with Coach Nick Legalbo thrives on its no-middle principles. It pins the ball to the sideline, limiting the offense's options and keeping you out of rotation. The relentless pressure system with Coach Mike Hilmer teaches you his full-court pressing system that thrives on causing chaos and creating turnovers, and resulted in 3 state championships for Coach Hilmer's teams. Don Kelbick's matchup zone creates confusion for your opponents. It expertly blends man-to-man and zone principles to create a matchup zone defense that's easy to learn but miserable to play against. Finally, Jim Huber's man-to-man defense is a one-stop shop to build a comprehensive and cohesive man-to-man defensive system. It covers all aspects of the game, creating a team that is well-schooled in every aspect of defending.
All right, the first thing we're going to go into is we're going to go into stance. So when I say stance, I want you to snap into a defensive stance. Ready? Stance. Up. Once more. Stance. Up. Okay, here's what I believe when it comes to defense. Defense is about dictation. I am going to dictate to you, as a defender, which way you are going to take the ball. I am going to dictate to you whether or not you're going to put the ball on the floor or not and what shots you're going to take. So when we take our defensive stance, I always like to stagger my feet to try and force the ball one way or another. So now, Elias, when you take your defensive stance, I want you to drive me this way. Ready? Stance. Good. Notice we have one foot staggered forward, other foot staggered to the back, and he's telling me right now that if I go this way, he's going to stop me. So just by this stance alone and his attitude, he is dictating that I am going to go this way.
Now, there comes a point in games that I'm going to get beat by Henry, and now Henry might be a couple steps in front of me. So if I quick turn, I can't push step to cut him off. And again, I got to cut him off at an angle, and I'm going to go to where Henry's going, not to where he's at. Too many people go to where Henry's at, and they pick up a foul and like, oh, what was the foul for? Well, you just ran into him. So I want to get a mindset. I quick turn. I'm going to sit there and sprint to where he's at. Basketball has a lot of the same movements. This right here is used on the offensive side. It's called a step through. Crossover step, some people call it. Step through, same thing. We're doing on defensive end now. So we step through, and I turn, I sprint to where he's going. I break down the stance to cut him off. That's what we're going to work on right now. So it'll be like this, guys. So we're going here. Foot fire, quick turn, turn across, sprint, cut him off. Coming right back. 3 sprint steps, we sprint back. Foot fire, quick turn, step through. 1, 2, 3, sprint back. That's what we'll be doing, okay? You got it? So we're going to run a place, quick turn, step through, or that's crossover step, 3 steps to sprint to cut them off the angle, get in a stance and sprint back. You ready? Run a place, go. Quick feet. Quick turn across, sprint, sprinting back. All right, stop there. Now what I would do is correct them on this. Here's what I want you to think about. Tell your kids, as they quick turn and they turn, step through and they're sprinting, their eyes got to be up here seeing the ball handler. If you notice, a lot of kids have their eyes going here, they're losing sight. If that kid changed directions again, I can't see him. I got to have vision. So I quick turn, I step through, I'm looking here to cut him off, but if he goes here, I can quick turn and I can cut him off in the opposite direction, right? Got it? Vision. Here we go. Run in place. Quick turn. Step through, eyes up, sprint back, head on a swivel.
Going on to some of our other points, chest and contest is very big with us. When we're guarding, we want to keep our hands up and away, but allowing the chest and contest stance, it helps us to kind of chest and contest off of these angles. So we're always turning the drive off of that angle and away in more of a roundabout drive, never on direct line drives into the paint. Another big term for us is defensive first step. Everyone talks about an offensive first step, right? That first move to blow by a defender. We really get our guys bought into their defensive first step. So when there is a jab or a crossover step, our defensive first step is chest and contesting, beating to that next spot. So we're always maintaining the proper angles and forcing to outer thirds.
We hope you enjoyed this on-ball defense video. If you want instant access to 11 defensive drills and a bonus defensive blueprint, make sure to click the link in the description so you can gain access to a free PDF featuring diagrams, descriptions, and bonus tips. Again, if you incorporate these drills and concepts into your practices, your team will become a defensive force capable of shutting down the teams on your schedule. Make sure to click and subscribe and then click the bell button so you're the first to know when we release more new videos. Thanks for watching.